Back at the end of 2010, scientists from the nation of Canada announced a breakthrough and declared victory in the race to produce the world's first genetically mass-produced farm animal for human consumption. The animal is a pig, but not just any sort of pig. This pig is special. This is called Enviropig, and when mass-produced will help save the environment by producing less harmful waste and damaging methane gases by allowing it to digest phosphorus from plant material. The idea behind the study and creation of Enviropig is to create an animal that can be mass-produced to feed millions and, at the same time, be safe for the environment. Scientists in Canada genetically developed this pig from the DNA of E. coli bacteria and mice. Sounds yummy. Scripture is clear about what animals are to be as food and what animals are not. Today, we have clear scientific evidence that shows why pigs are not good for human consumption, despite what the pork lobby may tell you. Many of these articles are already posted on newtotorah.com. But what is interesting about Enviropig is the scriptural reference we find in the book of Isaiah. Most Bible scholars will agree that the latter chapters in the book of Isaiah are referring to the last days leading up to the millennial reign of the Messiah. In the very last chapter of Isaiah, we read the 17th verse about those who consume the flesh of pigs, and the abomination, and the mouse. Let's start at verse 15 and read down to verse 17 in order to get the context. Isaiah 66, 15 through 17. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination, and the mouse, shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. Wow. Now that is some tough scripture for those found eating what the Father calls unclean. But wait a minute, swine's flesh, the abomination, and the mouse? That sounds an awful lot like the Enviropig being developed in Canada. The Enviropig was developed using E. coli bacteria and mice DNA. Is the abomination mentioned in Scripture referring to E. coli bacteria? Well, E. coli bacteria comes from the lower intestines of warm-blooded animals. So basically, it's manure. It's a good chance the Father would call eating it an abomination. The mixing of these DNA with the swine DNA helped to produce a pig that these experts say will benefit all of humanity and the Earth's environment. As of April 2012, the announcement was made from the University of Guelph in Canada stating that active research is complete and now what they call in genetic hibernation. Applications for commercialization have been submitted to both Health Canada and the United States FDA. As our government becomes more and more secretive about the FDA process and what foods are passed and what are not, the chances of Enviropig production for the commercial markets is a very real possibility for the near future. So who's up for some E. coli and mouse pork chops? For more videos and studies, visit our website at newtotorah.com.